I'd like to welcome everybody to this roundtable, Capital One sponsored Small Business and Entrepreneurs Roundtable. Thank you all for coming on this February evening. I'm Rich Karlgaard, the publisher of Forbes. I write a column called Innovation Rules. I'd like particularly some of the more experienced ones in the room to, if you hear something, during the course of our conversation, you can be of value. Jump in, offer advice. Be blunt, but not cruel. If you have some advice to offer, but you're entrepreneurs, so of course you're blunt. That's what entrepreneurs are. Well, let's get rolling and let's talk about what's bugging you right now. What are you fearful of? What's a challenge that looks a little bit large? As I said, particularly if you've done this before and you've had success, jump in if you feel like you can come to the aid of your fellow entrepreneurs. So let's get going, Dan.
My name is Dan Sterling. My company is called Sterling Smartware Solutions, and we're a medical device engineering company. We specialize in software and electronics.
I'm Jeff Shellstead. I'm with a company called Flat World Knowledge, a publishing company that's trying to redefine the college textbook space.
I'm Susan White Morrissey. We've had a company called White & Warren for 15 years, and we're in the luxury sector. Hemans is one of our biggest clients. We distribute the product to 650 specialty stores across the US and Canada. Lots of challenges in the fashion industry. I think for me it's today, and probably for the last year, we do a very large percentage of our business through our website, through the e-commerce business. How much money do I put into that to keep it going and really grow it? As in, it could become huge.
Do you feel you have the right tools, the right analytics out there?
No, and I don't have a board. My partner left 3 years ago, so I'm sort of on my own. I have to decide if I'm going to gather a board together that help me make these decisions, or I'm just going to continue to keep it going on my own.
There's a wealth of technology talent around the table, particularly in the cloud space. Do you think you have the right CTO or somebody who can advise you on these things?
No. In the last 6 months, I've outsourced some of it for some intelligence, and it's worked really well, actually.
This is a good one for some of you more technologically inclined people. I mean, what advice would you have for her? You have a domain expertise that is not in technology, but to drive business, you have to know more and more about technology. What do you advise?
So we have a lot of media companies that have either exclusively used the web as a sales channel or predominantly use the web as a sales channel. What you'll find, I think, is that the benefit of that is that web analytics give you a lot of information. And you know who buys because you have electronic records from the billing system, and you have very good tracking of who hits your website, how long they stay there, and if they then eventually purchase. And I think that's a good investment, and that's something we think very hard about. I think on the flip side of it, it can be an internal money pit.
Exactly.
And
right.
I don't know if there's a good way of going about that, but I think it forces you to be a lot more analytical about your business than instinctual, and that's, I think, a benefit.
I think my suggestion would be, once you have the concepts of the web marketing, and once you know as to what are the KPIs that you should really sort of measure your performance against, you just need one consultant who can really guide you and put you on track. And rest, I think it is more of marketing rather than purely technology, because you can always hire technologists to really build the stuff that you want.
Good evening. My name is Vikram from PhoneBlogger.net. We are a word-of-mouth marketing service for attorneys and accountants who don't have the time. They're just too busy to stay in contact with their contact database through blogging, through LinkedIn, through newsletters. So we actually interview them over the phone, and based upon those interviews, we ghostwrite articles for their blog website, for their LinkedIn, for their newsletters to boost their word-of-mouth referrals.
Ron Robinson, I'm the founder of BeautyStat. BeautyStat's a social commerce platform that kind of blends Pinterest with TripAdvisor. Our goal and mission is to help women change the way women shop for beauty, help them make better purchase decisions.
My name is Michael Georgiou. I'm the CEO of a company called Kidimatic. We focus on the R&D environment. We have what we call an electronic laboratory notebook. And what that essentially does is captures the very valuable intellectual property in an electronic format. We actually now have been made managed partner by Microsoft. We actually use SharePoint as a knowledge management platform, and we build the app on top of it for the pharma and other R&D environments.
My name's John Paul Lee. I'm the CEO of Tavalon Tea. We are a New York, New Jersey-based tea company, and our goal is to revamp and revitalize the image of tea here in the domestic market, to make it a little more fun and young and sexy. We're in a stage of very aggressive growth right now. We just opened up 2 stores in Seoul, Korea. We have another cafe that's opening up on the Upper West Side. So we're putting a lot of capital and money and effort into the expansion of our business. And my mentor tells me this all the time, but the closest a man ever gets to experiencing motherhood is when he starts his own company, he says. And, I subscribe to that theory wholeheartedly. Watching this baby grow is fascinating, but a baby costs a lot of money, and money makes money. So we're looking to raise capital. I'm not willing to give my baby up for adoption just yet, but you know, and the valuation factor is a very touchy subject, as you all may experience in the past. I sold my car, I sold my house, liquidated my 401k, pulled out 9 credit cards, all my stock options to start this company. So yeah, I have a very strong attachment to it. And, I am where I am, and I do need the money. So we're in a very touchy place where am I willing to give up what the market is willing to bear or not willing to bear. So, you know, I'm above and beyond the whole friends and family stage. You know, the amount we're looking to raise is quite hefty to fuel our growth and then sustain our operations. So, you know, really, if anybody has any experience in raising capital outside of the VC realm in the angel stage, could definitely use some advice.
Anybody have any advice on valuation negotiation?
If you get to valuation discussions too soon, you've lost. I've advised a lot of startups who have gone for angel capital and helped them through the process. First, you've got to really get somebody to understand what you're trying to achieve and that you can do it. Down the road comes valuation. You know, don't come out with the engagement ring on the first date.
Right.
It's easier said than done. I mean, you know, to have somebody not ask about valuation early on, you know, I mean, I think that's a great idea, get somebody excited about the business, but, you know, people are limited in time. You know?
Well, 2 thoughts here. Number 1, if you can, try to stay away from a number of your own. I don't give you a number. And 2, if you'd like, connect with me. I have 2 angel groups, one in New York and one in New Jersey I can connect you with.
Absolutely, will do.
Our CFO, Robert Doherty, is here. He's raised so much money for startups and beyond that as a technology investment banker for very good boutique firms. So if you seek him out, I'm sure he can help you.
Okay.
Great guy.
For a fee or gratis?
Oh, God.
Thank you for these comments. I mean, this is you guys are a virtual board of directors, a 1-hour board of director meeting. This is exactly what we were hoping for.